Hello, everyone. I'm Jerod Evanich, co-founder of A Place at Home, a Norris franchise group company. And here with me today are Grace and George Bradley. They are our very first franchise owners who joined the team back in 2017, launched in 2018, and who have grown within their territory of South Denver. And glad to have you both here today. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
All right. Well, I have some questions for you. Basically, just about A Place at Home and really what's led you to where you are today. So, first and foremost, I'd love to hear from each of you individually on the road itself that led you to becoming a Place at Home owner.
I've been a business owner for, I'm pretty sure going on about 30 years now. I've opened 5 or 6 different businesses, and I was in transition with my last business, and I was ready to find a new industry to get into. So I have always been in human services of some sort. As much as I've tried to get away from the helping field, I keep getting drawn right back in. So I started looking for different franchises that served the senior population, and I spoke to, I believe, five or six of them. I read 5 or 6 different FDDs, and when I spoke to Jerod, I remember that morning very clearly. We were out walking, and for about half an hour, 45 minutes, Jerod just chatted away with me about what A Place at Home had to offer. And one of the things, well, there were several things that I really liked, but the different sources of income, the different streams that you had, it wasn't just focused on in-home care. There's 4 other ways to make money, which I think is a great idea. So after that, we moved forward. We did talk to one other one, and we were about to accept a discovery day when I spoke to Jerod, and that's when we scheduled the discovery day with Omaha. So we went out and met Jerod and Dustin, and we really liked what they said, and we made the decision right there that day. That's how we got here.
Awesome. I won't forget that day, and you did lead in well into my second question. But before we get there, George, love to hear just a little bit about the path that led you to A Place at Home.
Yeah. Well, it was the same path, except my background is close to 25 years in corporate HR and training. And in 2017, I decided that it was time to do my own thing, get into my own business if I was going to do that in my career. And Grace and I started talking about the business opportunities to pursue. I had previously been the primary caregiver for both my parents before they passed, and definitely experienced the pros and the cons of senior home care, and wanted to become a part of that and see if we can make a difference in our little world here in Colorado. So we followed the path that Grace described in conversation with you guys, and liked what we heard. I thought the fact that you were newer, a newer franchise in the country with a fresher perspective and a lot of energy and a lot of passion behind what you do those were the big selling points for me.
Well, thank you. And you guys both also just answered my second question, which was, why did you choose to be A Place at Home? But a few of the things that I had heard is, kind of an innovative way to look at things, multiple revenue streams, not only for the franchise owner, but that come together to be a solution for the senior, as well as being a newer company. So open territory availability and an option to be a part of something growing and something that eventually will be, much larger than any of us here today. So that's great. Appreciate that. If you could rewind back to when you guys first started and signed, from the time you signed to the time you launched, if you could kind of relive that and just talk just a little bit about how that process went, some of the things that you saw that really came together during that period of time.
So when we went to the Discovery Day, we were definitely going with our eyes wide open and our minds open. I don't necessarily think we were thinking we were going to make a final decision at that point in time, but we found the day to be highly informative. We were impressed by yourself, Jerod, and Dustin, and by the end of that day, we were ready to sign up, even though, it was, we were the first, and we were still had a long way to go, but we were very impressed with what we were getting involved with. So we took the dive right then, and then the months between signing there and launching were great. We had lots of constant contact with Omaha. We had lots of great training, lots of materials to work through, lots of initial documentation that we needed to get in place, a lot of support and preparation for the licensing process, and which went very well with the support of the Omaha office. And then when we came in for the training week, it was an excellent week. It was fun-filled, action-packed, lots of information that I think we were all on both sides of the table. We're all learning from the get-go. And the great thing was you guys were always very open and flexible and willing to kind of take this journey with us step by step. And we definitely felt like we were supported every step of the way. So. Grace?
Oh, it was quite a learning process. And even now, 18 months later, there are things that come back to me from training. I'm like, okay, I get it now. So it was definitely a comprehensive training.
Well, good. Yes. No, it's that week in Omaha is a lot. But George, even rewinding back to your Discovery Day, I won't forget that point and all the way through, because there was a lot of firsts, like you'd mentioned, for both of us, working through the process of launching a franchise system. So, we definitely both learned a lot from each other, and you guys have helped to create the systems that we have here today. So thanks again for being those early, investors and franchisees and believing in us. And you did a great job as well, George, of leading into my next question, which was, how was the training week? And so anything in particular that sticks out about that week? I know it was a long week, lots of information. I know I was exhausted every day when I left, and the week I think I slept the majority of that weekend. But anything in particular that stands out about that training week to add?
No, I think it was very good. I mean, obviously, again, it was your first time putting on that training. And, it was a lot of information. It was pretty overwhelming. I'm not sure how much we retained off the bat, but we certainly got a good full perspective of what running the business is all about. We got enough to get ourselves going. And as Grace said, we've kind of been learning every day ever since then, new things and more things that we need to operate the best possible business. But it was very effective. I know you guys tried to be extremely thorough, and there was a lot of attention to hands-on experience, getting as closely connected to the operations as possible, getting on phone calls, going out and visiting locations. I think all of that gave us a nice, well-rounded mix of experiences to get us started with the process. So yeah, I think it was very effective.
I really appreciated that you had a schedule and you had it planned out and you stuck to that schedule, and we got everything in that we needed to get in. And it was very comprehensive, and we are learning every day. So
awesome. That sounds good. Well, I only have one more question for you, and this is something that if you were to be able to hear from another franchise owner at the beginning of this process, just let me know. If you were to go back and do it all over again, would you still choose to be in a place-at-home owner? I think that's a question most people want to know.
Yeah, and I would say firmly, absolutely. I would do it again, and I would. I'm grateful. We obviously have experienced a lot of other franchises out there in day-to-day business, and I'm very proud to call ourselves a place at home. I think we are different. I think we are special, with a special focus on personal quality care. And I feel it in everything that we do. And I would definitely take the same steps again and take the same journey.
Awesome. That's great. That's great. Well, I appreciate your time today. And again, this video is going to help many people that are on the similar journey that you guys were once on, and trying to decide what their best route is going into senior care. So appreciate it. Again, thanks for being the first and believing in us, and looking forward to many, many more years of growth, both in the South Denver location as well as with Nori's Franchise Group, and again, you guys really being a part of that growth. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks.
All right.